Darby Allin has this is very AEW heavy at the moment. I'll grant you, but AEW and Darby
Tell
Allin.
me what you called him.
Who?
He said it about himself, and
Ah,
you
I'm
you amplified it.
I'm glad you brought that up because he gave a quote recently. It may be
uh,
the stupidest quote any self-employed independent worker could ever make public. And even he agrees with it when he says it. I always tell Tony Khan maybe I'm the worst businessman in professional wrestling because there's never going to be a bidding war for Darby Allin. That's because I love it. I love AEW so much. I ain't playing games. I'm not going to try and say, oh, what I went somewhere else. No, I'm just being real. Darby Allin is going to live and die in AEW. Huh. So why would you... I can't imagine Brock Lesnar making that sort of information public.
no. Well, he may be telling the truth, is what I'm saying. But to make it public, that wasn't. Yeah, he may be the dumbest businessman in professional wrestling. You say, hey guys, why don't he say this? Hey, don't pay me nothing. Don't pay me nothing. Just pay my plane ticket, and I'll get my own room. But I love this so much, I'd actually do it for nothing. So if somebody's going to do it for nothing, of course, they're not going to let him do it for nothing. They're going to pay him something, but they're going to pay him minimum. So I don't even know what they pay him. I hope they're paying him well because he does have some talent. Oh, quite a bit of talent, really. But to let that out that I love this business, yeah, we can all love this business. But would he have loved it, say, 30 years ago or 40 years ago when there was no plane travel? When you were working 7 days a week, you were driving every day. And when you figured your miles up at the end of the week, it would total 2,500 miles total to 3,000. Now, that's when you tell how much somebody loves the business because they paid their own expenses, paid their hotel, paid their gas, paid their food, paid everything, and then went to the show and could have gotten hurt. And we didn't even have trainers in those days. There was not a trainer in the dressing room. If you got hurt tough, you better limp out and limp to an ER or get somebody to take you to an ER. But I don't think anybody loved. Let me say this. I'm sure people love the business or talent. Some of them love the business, but the worst part of it was the travel. It would beat the living shit out of you.
To go back and...
Can I say that?
Of
Beat the
course.
living shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. No, it's no holds barred here. You know, one fall to a finish on this podcast. You mentioned 40 years ago with Darby Allin. With the greatest respect to Darby Allin, no one would have ever hired him 40 years ago. He's far too small. I mean, his build height is 5'8".
No. Well, every time I see him, my first thing that goes through my mind is somebody give him a sandwich, please. You know those old commercials they used to use of these little starving kids in Africa?
Mm-hmm.
And you could feed this child for like 25 cents a day. It's, I don't know, this Unico fund or something. That's what I think about when I see him. He can't weigh 160, 170 pounds.
His build weight is 175. So therefore his real weight is probably about 150.
Yeah. And you see him up next to some of these guys, they're much thicker, much more stronger looking, robust looking.
Sting. He hangs about with Sting.
and Sting is up to about 240. So he's 100 pounds more than Darby Allin. But yet Sting dives off the ladder. Oh, no.